Now, the game that was definitely the most exciting game, in my opinion, was the Michigan and Alabama game. Nick Saban and Rolled Tide went down fighting hard till the very end, but Michigan walked away victorious 27-20. What a ride for this Michigan team. I mean, can we appreciate this for a second? People have said that they were overrated all year. They had a huge cheating scandal during the season, went out and took down the SEC Alabama Crimson Tide, and now have a shot to win a national championship.
It's a hell of a ride. I'm still not sold on them.
Really?
I'm not.
They're favored a lot right now.
I know they're heavily favored right now.
Are they really? What's the line at?
It's like 7.5. It's like plus 150 Washington right now.
Wow.
I think they're like minus 225 or minus 200 or something like that. But
wow.
I don't look, hell of a game. Let me start with that. Their defense is really good. But Tommy Rees's play call for Alabama, last play of the game, after both teams use a timeout, is the stupidest fucking play call I've ever seen in my life.
I was curious if you're going to bring this up. Have you seen the video from the rear end zone? Milroe misreads that play. Yes, he went straight in the A gap and needs to bust that out to the C gap. He's walk-in touchdown, not even touch.
Yes, but because the snap is low, he kind of loses his balance.
Yeah,
he's kind of forced to go straight in, and I think he kicks. I think he just runs directly into his right guard, his left guard's like back,
just straight
calf.
into him. Yep.
Right. So yes, if it works, I'm not sitting here saying he's a fucking idiot, but it didn't, and it got blown up. So sports is 2020, and this is a 2020 year. It's a fucking bad call. Just let the kid work. He can manipulate a play any way he wants. If he wants to get in on his feet, he's going to give it a shot anyway.
It is. It's an interesting play call when you have a roster as talented as Alabama. Like, let your players play. Put the ball in his hand to make a play with one of your receivers too.
It's just I thought the play call was so bad.
It was a great game, and
it was a hell of a game.
What do you think's the worst special teams blunder? I guess it goes either way, but that muffed. That muffed. What the hell is it? The muff punt return by Michigan there at the end too. It could have been disastrous.
So, I'm glad you brought that up because I almost forgot it. But you had a month to prepare for this game, and there was bad football all over the fucking place. There was good. Don't get me wrong. A lot of great football went on yesterday, but a lot of bad football went on too. That could have lost you the game. The Michigan guy, who I don't even want to say his name because I don't want to embarrass the kid. If he's on a scholarship, you should probably take it away. But all I'm saying is
that's what he texted me, Jeddah.
He's set up at the 10-yard line.
Yeah.
You're in a tie ball game against Alabama. If you have to backpedal, let it go. You're not going to be the one that blows the game. Even if it sticks on the one, who gives a shit? You didn't blow it.
Yeah.
But he muffs it. And when he picks up this ball, he might be on the 6-inch line.
Maybe.
And has three absolute animals coming after him. The fact that he even got that ball out is a miracle. And if that's the way the game ended, holy shit. But
it was wild.
But both teams won.
That's the crazy part, right?
Yeah, but if gun to my head, which one's worse? It's the Washington play, protecting a lead, and the guy calls a fair catch. Like, you don't even need to go anywhere close to him.
Now, Michigan's quarterback J.J. McCarthy. I'm just curious. Do you both think that he is overrated or a glorified quarterback?
I think he's a system quarterback.
See what his head coach had to say about him. He said that he was the best quarterback Michigan has ever had in their program history.
I'm shocked that he said that. And he's not saying like he's better than Tom Brady because that's Brady. He's saying like at Michigan, like when they were at Michigan. And I still think that's wild that he said that. I don't agree with him. I think he's talented. I think he can make plays, but I watched a decent amount of Big Ten football this year. There's been a bunch of games where he threw for like 100 yards or like Kenny Pickett type numbers, like not great offensive numbers. So miss me with that shit, Jim.
I don't. How hard is it to just put? He's one of. Like, how hard is that to just add that little?
I know.
He's one of the best quarterbacks to ever play at Michigan.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Do you think it was like a slip on his part, a little verbal slip? He meant to say one of. I mean, it's just two simple words, and he's in the moment.
No. I think he loves his players. Okay. I think he's a hell of a coach. I think he's 100% going to the Chargers because I don't think the NCAA is done with him. So it's like Jordan Belfort and fucking Wolf of Wall Street, right? Like, he's dipping. He's not.
You gotta get the Switzerland, Dave.
Like, no, he's actually leaving. Michigan better give the head coaching job to Sharon Moore, however you pronounce it, because he 100% deserves it. It's the exact same situation when Brian Kelly left Notre Dame. They gave it to Marcus Freeman. That program will be fine. But to say that J.J. McCarthy, and I really like J.J. McCarthy until I heard his post-game speech. Like, literally, guy sounds like he's on cloud nine. And I'm sure he was.
I didn't hear it.
Yeah, to be fair, didn't he lose to TCU last year?
They did.
No.
Yeah, it was him.
They did. It was a shootout. It was like 52-49 or something. It was wild, yeah.
Yeah, at the Rose Bowl.
On a missed field goal.
I don't remember. Jeez. It doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure that he played TCU.
No. That was Ohio State.
That was Ohio State, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's a system quarterback. I don't think he's that good. I do think he throws a nice ball, but I don't think he's that good. And that's why
he's talented, but like you put it's an NFL defense he's playing with and an NFL offensive line. Like, yeah, you're gonna look good.
And you have a legit amount of playmakers. And the 4th and 2 call, what is it, right? It's miscommunication on the back end. It's a 7-yard throw, and the dude goes off for like 45 yards, in which there's an illegal block in the back for no reason. Sets them back 15 yards. It was just, I don't know, man. I don't know. You had a month to prepare. And that's what I'm saying is, like, looking forward, those are two teams that have made mistakes, and think about how different that game is if Bama's cornerback's foot isn't barely on the sideline to start that game. You get off to a 7-0 start by Bama, and roll tide.
I mean, I think that his defense helped him a lot, more than people probably give him credit for. He is talented, though. DePaul, you did mention that. I do think that he is talented, but I don't want to throw the word overrated at him necessarily. Maybe slightly overrated. But if he wins and brings a natty to Michigan, my opinion completely changes because you win, you win. But transitioning back even over to Alabama, though, did you guys see this? This is pretty funny. Alabama player Dallas Turner said that he's not returning to Roll Tide next year, and he made it known. He declared the NFL draft about 5 minutes after the loss to Michigan. He started yelling in the locker room, "I'm gone. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm out of here."
Really? Like, even if you're saying that as a joking manner, yeah, that's going to piss off a lot of people. And maybe he's probably not liked in the locker room if he's doing that shit 5 minutes after a heartbreaking loss. Yeah, what a scumbag.
Couldn't wait until the next morning. Just maybe 10
minutes.
What
a scumbag.
10 minutes after the game.
Scumbag scale. I want to hear. I need a scumbag scale.
What a scumbag.
There's been a lot of scumbags, but this definitely is not like the biggest scumbag. We've graded some things that are pretty scumbag-ish. So I'm going to give it like a 7.2.
That's pretty high. And I was going to go high as well. I was going to say 7.7 because if I was his teammate, I'm going to punch him square in the face.
It's in the 7s for sure. It's in the 7s, absolutely.
But if this does still need to be asked, though, I don't know if it's a redundant question, but did Alabama belong in the college football playoff? And if Georgia, obviously the team that would have replaced them is Georgia, not FSU in this scenario that we're talking about. If Georgia was in the college football playoff, would they have beaten Michigan?
This is such a hard question. Yes, Bama belonged. They beat Michigan they beat Georgia and then had Michigan on the ropes. So 100% they belong.
Yeah, I agree.
However, if Georgia's in, I think they handle Michigan by 10. And I think they blow the doors off of Washington or Texas. That's how good I think Georgia is.
It is, yeah. When they're a really good team, and when you kind of sit back and think about it, and reflect on it, yeah, they probably should have been in. And it is a little shocking that, yes, even though they lost the SEC championship, they still didn't get in. They were the number one team or I guess Ohio State was number one for a little bit too, but they were clearly one of the best 4 teams in the country all year. I do think they beat Michigan.
I think DePaul,
I think you said it a while back. If Bama plays them 10 times, they beat them once.
They just happened to hit it.
Yeah, this is like some Tony Stark, like Doctor Strange, like one chance out of like 2 million. Like this, that was the one chance.
That's sport. That's why it's so beautiful. The game's not played on paper, like the 1 in a million, all the cliches. Like you can play it a million times, but just that one time, and you happen to be on it.